There are three things that I've learned in the process of my work. And the first is, I'm going to focus on this photo of, I don't know, does anyone know who the guy in white is?
Yes.
And he is, or was?
The Palestinian leader of Hamas.
Yes, correct. Okay, there's Sheikh Ahmed Yassin, the late spiritual leader of Hamas, the Palestinian militant group in Gaza. That's me in the corner there. And does anyone think that there's anything unremarkable about the way I look? Okay, I'm wearing a T-shirt. And what was really interesting for me, because we do this all the time. Well, we did this all the time. We drive around Gaza and go and want to get some reaction from these guys. And I walked in. I always have that scarf around me, just around my shoulders or whatever. I always just carry it just in case. But, you know, it's hot in Gaza. It's very hot. And we walked in, and I said, you know, I don't have anything beyond this T-shirt. And normally they would give you a jacket or something to cover yourself up with. And they're like, no, 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 it's fine. It's fine. But I can tell you that for the 20 minutes of that interview, he didn't stop staring at my arms. On the other side of that was another Hamas spokesman who I used to interview quite a bit. His name was Ismail Abu Shanab. He was an electrical engineer, and he was very sort of buttoned down, wore, you know, a shirt, and we used to sit in his living room, and we used to drink Coke, and we used to talk very softly and intelligently about turning Gaza into a fundamentalist Islamic state. I mean, the guy was so eloquent that after 45 minutes, I was like, what did you just say? I missed all that. But, you know, between Ahmed Yassin and Ismail Abu Shanab, who were both killed in Israeli air rocket attacks, it just sort of describes to me that there's no such thing as your typical Islamic militant, and, you know, much less your typical Muslim. I mean, and I think that's something that you've obviously heard a lot today, and I think that, you know, it's something that I've come across again and again in my time. There are incongruities. You know, try to set aside the idea that you're going to find the same thing everywhere you go, even with your extremists. You know, not every Muslim woman is going to be draped from head to toe in black, and not every imam or Muslim spiritual leader is going to behave the same. I actually had my hand shaken by the Mufti of Jerusalem, and for anyone who knows, you know, for spiritual leaders to shake the hand of the member for the opposite sex is huge. I mean, people didn't believe me when I told them. He just shook my hand. They said, "You'll be blessed. You're very blessed now." So, anyway. So for me, you know, the contradiction of living with Muslims and reporting on them, it runs the gamut. You know, Bob was talking about how in this community, you know, there are some who are very educated and affluent. It's the same thing all over the world. You know, you've got your secular Muslims, you've got your extremists, you've got Muslims who eat pork and drink alcohol and go out and party all night, and those who don't. And I think it's important to realize that not everyone is the same, and so just never really expect that they're going to fulfill all of your ideas of, you know, and your preconceived notions.
Support for Voices and Visions comes from the Social Science Research Council, the SSRC, leading innovation in the social sciences and educating the next generation of social science researchers.